英検2級の単語テスト16を始めましょう。
Loiter. Loiter. Students were loitering around the school.
Loiter. Loiter. Students were loitering around the school.
Waver. Waver. She wavered before making the decision.
Waver. Waver. She wavered before making the decision.
Boast. Boast. He boasts about his new car.
Boast. Boast. He boasts about his new car.
Need. Need. She kneaded the dough for bread. She gently kneaded his back.
Knead. Knead. She kneaded the dough for bread. She gently kneaded his back.
Amicable. Amicable. They reached an amicable agreement.
Amicable. Amicable. They reached an amicable agreement.
Scarce. Scarce. Fresh water is scarce in the desert.
Scarce. Scarce. Fresh water is scarce in the desert.
Fragile. Fragile. Handle the glass carefully, it is fragile.
Fragile. Fragile. Handle the glass carefully, it is fragile.
Abridged. Abridged. I read the abridged version of the novel.
Abridged. Abridged. I read the abridged version of the novel.
Stunned. Stunned. He was stunned by the news.
Stunned. Stunned. He was stunned by the news.
Rigid. Rigid. The teacher was rigid about deadlines.
Rigid. Rigid. The teacher was rigid about deadlines.
Nauseous. Nauseous. The smell of the garbage made me nauseous.
Nauseous. Nauseous. The smell of the garbage made me nauseous.
Decent. Decent. He is a decent person.
Decent. Decent. He is a decent person.
Outrageous. Outrageous. It is outrageous to charge so much for water.
Outrageous. Outrageous. It is outrageous to charge so much for water.
Eloquent. Eloquent. Her speech was eloquent and moving.
Eloquent. Eloquent. Her speech was eloquent and moving.
Resume. Resume. The teacher resumed the class after the break. I submitted my resume to the company.
Resume. Resume. The teacher resumed the class after the break. I submitted my resume to the company.
After school, several students were loitering around the campus, unsure whether to go home or stay longer. One student began to waver about joining a volunteer project because he was a bit nervous about speaking in public. However, another student started to boast about how confident she was, which made the situation a little uncomfortable. The school had organized a charity event where students would need dough to make bread for local shelters. At first, the atmosphere was very amicable, and everyone worked together peacefully. However, supplies were scarce, and some materials were fragile, so students had to handle everything carefully. One group read an abridged guidebook explaining the process, while others were stunned by how strict the instructions were. The teacher was quite rigid about deadlines, which made some students feel stressed and even nauseous due to pressure. Still, most students were decent and tried their best. One incident was outrageous. Someone wasted materials carelessly, which shocked everyone. Despite this, a student gave an eloquent speech about teamwork and responsibility, which calmed the group. After the event, the teacher resumed normal classes and collected everyone's resumes for a future internship program. The experience showed that even when things are difficult, people can still work together effectively.